there's probably not a lot to talk about, but
Yeah,
Assassin's Creed Valhalla
let's do it.
was announced, and with it, it was announced that you only need to buy it once on Xbox. That would include Xbox One, Xbox Series X, basically
Yep.
whatever Xbox console you have, as long as it's past 360, I guess. It would work, and with that includes a number of other things as well, including Cyberpunk 2077, which probably means CD Projekt Red moving forward, which is great. Assassin's Creed being included probably means Ubisoft moving forward. And Microsoft has said that Microsoft Studio titles moving forward will all be doing this as well, including Halo Infinite. So there's 3 studios basically already signed on, which is fantastic. To a certain degree, I think this already kind of worked. You just had to buy the old one because if I remember correctly,
Yep.
backwards compatibility was a thing. So you could just buy the Xbox One version and use it on your Xbox Series X. But for digital stuff, I'm not 100% certain that worked. So now that this is a thing, I think that's really cool.
I think it's just great for consumers.
Yes.
Sony doesn't have anything similar yet, but the reality of it is it's a two-horse race. What one of them does, the other one has to respond to in some meaningful way. And I think that while we are getting our consumer rights eroded slowly but surely by the move to always online DRM schemes and multiplayer game modes that you can only access by playing through the game developer servers, so that you're not able to continue to enjoy them 10 years later when the game developer is not maintaining those servers anymore. Like, our ownership of software is going away. There's no doubt whatsoever in my mind. I mean, you can even see the big industry
Absolutely.
trend towards or away from single monolithic purchases towards buying a license for the game in one form or another. And, don't kid yourself, buying the game and then like a season's pass and then a DLC and then some in-game items and in-game currency. That's all effectively games as a service. It's the same thing. It's trying to keep you paying for something more the more that you use it. That's the paradigm, right? So as that's happening, it's good to see at least there's one area where they're giving something back to us, and that's in our right to enjoy the content however we see fit. It is baffling to me that if I buy a Blu-ray of a movie, that it is not within my rights as a consumer to rip aforementioned Blu-ray and watch it on my phone through Plex. Like, that would be madness to me, having a Blu-ray of a movie in my personal collection and then having to rent it on the Google Play Store so that I could watch it on my phone. That's nuts,
Yep. Completely agree.
I mean, honestly, even I'm gonna propose something that wouldn't be popular to business people, but I think that for upgraded formats for content, there shouldn't be an additional charge as well. If I own the DVD of some show and the Blu-ray comes out, like they remaster it on Blu-ray, 5 years later or whatever the case may be, I think I should get the high resolution version for free. I already paid for a license to it.
You definitely shouldn't get the physical one.
No, but I should have access to it. I should completely guilt-free have access to it in some way. And I'll be completely honest with you guys. There are things that I own on DVD, and I have my DVD in my attic, and I just downloaded a high def version of it because no, I'm not doing that. I'm not playing that game. I think that's a stupid game. You're going to sell plenty of copies of it to people who don't already own it. But you look at how much, as an individual consumer, you're contributing to the production of whether that's a TV show or a movie by actually buying a DVD or a Blu-ray. And it's like way more than anything other than going to a physical theater and paying to see it. So at that point, it's like, yeah, if I own all the DVDs,
especially if you've already gone to the theater and seen it, and now you're also buying the DVD.
I almost never do that. Believe it or
Some
not.
people do. I'm not necessarily claiming you did. I know my family definitely did with Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
get, like,
Oh
the
no,
Lord
I'm
of the
not
Rings
saying it's a
extended
crazy thing to
edition
do.
stuff.
I'm just saying, like, I've kind of become one of those people that doesn't watch movies again.
Yeah,
Like the last Star Wars, for example, I only watched it once. Although that's not why. I only watched it once because it was bad. But
yeah, that's a rough series of movies. Oh my. Yeah, I kind of rarely watch shows and I rarely watch movies. I have very recently started watching. This is pretty off topic, but very recently started watching Bob's Burgers with
I've
my
been meaning
girlfriend.
to. I heard it's good.
It's pretty funny. I like it. I liked Archer a lot, and it has the voice actor for Archer voice acts a bunch of the characters in Bob's Burgers, and he's like his main character Bob is like the same person, just if you put that person in like a middle-aged dude that owns a burger shop instead of a super assassin spy,
Got it.
and it's great. I like it. It's awesome.
Yeah, I've been meaning to watch it. I heard it's really good.
But that's like it. I don't watch anything else. I don't know why. I'd usually rather do almost anything else than like sit passively and watch something. So
You've watched Rick and Morty though, right?
not all of it.
Really?
That's mostly due to limited access, not
Oh, you're on
limited
my Plex server.
desire, if that makes sense. I should do that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, no. Totally don't have those.
I know you talk, but whatever. Where am I? Sometimes I'm a little bit slow on my physical backing of what's on it, but my Rick and Morty Blu-rays are all here now. So there you go. I mean, that's another thing. So my personal sort of, code of ethics on all of this is if there's a high resolution version when I make my purchase, I make a point of buying that one, even though it is more expensive. But then also, we've got there's a lot of discussion in Floatplane chat about sort of my approach here, because people are basically like, oh, Linus admits to piracy. And it's like, you know what? You can see it however you want. For me, it's not about did you break the rules or did you, violate this section of the whatever code. To me, it's about sort of having a personal sense of ethics about it and supporting content creators. By the time I spend, $60 or whatever it was, I have contributed so much more to the production of that show than someone who sits down on their cable subscription and watches Rick and Morty every time it comes up as something that they can watch.
Yeah.
That I utterly guilt-free.
I've watched a decent amount of it.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. It's been a limited access issue, and I've done kind of the same thing. Like I bought the Blu-rays for all of the seasons of the Clone Wars animated series.
Yeah,
because I just freaking loved it, and I wanted to support it.
I still have to watch that. I still haven't watched it.
Yeah, it's good. I have always watched it while doing something else.
Ooh, okay. That's not a great endorsement.
I still like it a lot.
Yeah, but okay, sure. Okay, so there's a couple people talking about this in Floatplane chat. Koi Wolf says, maybe a re-release I could see, but not a remaster. There was money put toward that. Now, okay, the problem for me is that a lot of the stuff in a remaster is not stuff that I care about. I never watch like behind the scenes extras and interviews or anything like that. Yeah, that's tough. I probably shouldn't have used the term remaster, to be perfectly honest. I think that's the bigger issue, because if we're just taking if it's something that already existed digitally, for example, because there's movies now that were actually probably I'm just trying to think if they would be film masters or digital masters for some of the stuff that's gone from a DVD original release to Blu-ray now. I'm a little bit hazy on that, so I'm not going to talk about it. But I guess it depends on what's really happened with the remaster. If they have gone and added deleted scenes that had heavy CGI work done on them.
Because then every studio is just going to try to find some way to justify the fact that they can't give you the remaster for free.
Yeah, that's true. So I guess you know what? Here's what I'll say. I already gave you your $20. And you know what? I'm just not going to feel bad about it. There. That's my personal line. I gave you more than most people ever will.
What about a situation? Someone just posted this in Twitch chat.
Yeah.
FF8 remaster, for example, paying extra for them to optimize the game for PC.
Sorry, which one was this?
He said Final Fantasy VIII. I don't understand necessarily what his comment is
Are
about
you talking about like a port?
I definitely played it on PC, so I
Yeah,
don't really
wait,
know.
yeah,
What
Final Fantasy VIII already existed on PC.
Yeah, it was like 6 discs or something.
Yeah, okay, here I'm not really 100% sure what you're asking. And that's, I mean, that's another, that's a,
7. He said 7.
oh, 7,
Or
yeah.
he corrected to 7.
Okay, 7 is a perfect example of a game that you should absolutely pay for the remaster. Because 7, if I recall correctly, was not available on PC. Or was it? I don't think it was. Let's see,
A lot of people are saying it was 7, not 8 now.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't think that ever got a PC release. And the Final Fantasy VII, I wouldn't call it a remaster. It's like they didn't just update some textures. Like this is a reimagined game. And that's absolutely something that you would have to pay for.
So there's 3, there's re-release, remaster, and reimagined.
Yeah, so I'm just saying the line is a little bit blurry, and if I'm not getting any additional content that is meaningful to me, then I don't care. In my life, I have owned 2 box sets of the Star Wars original trilogy. I have the one that has blue text on the front for A New Hope, and then I think it's like purple for Empire, and then red for Return of the Jedi. I have that one. That was before any of the like dewbacks dickery.
Yeah.
And then I also own the golden special edition box set. And both of them were thrown away when I moved, but they weren't given to someone else. So as far as I'm concerned, they're still mine. They were ultimately destroyed. I paid for them. I have spent as much on the original 3 movies as I feel like I have to, and I will download a new copy of them if I damn well please. There. Like I'm not gonna. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna play that game.
Some people in chat are super pissed that you destroyed the unedited version.
Well, I didn't mean to. Guys, I moved. Like, I moved from my dad's house to my mom's house. All I had was my clothes on my back. Like, I didn't destroy it.
I think they thought you meant when you were older. I don't think they realized you meant
No. I was a kid, and I decided that I was gonna live. So my parents were split, and I decided that I was gonna move in with my mom, and it was sort of an emotional decision. And I didn't really have a lot of time to plan. Like I left behind everything. Like I didn't have anything.
Yeah.
Sierra's brings up another thing. You also can't buy the despecialized editions anymore, but you can download them. Yeah, that's a good point. Now again, down to my personal sort of code of ethics here, I gotta give Lucasfilm or Disney, I gotta give them some money if I have never, contributed to the production of those movies before. But I could totally see myself being like, okay, yeah, here's some money. I'll buy some, other crap I didn't need. Some friend of my kids, for a birthday party, instead of getting them like a $20 plastic thing, I'll get them like a really nice, like, $75, $80, like Star Wars thing. Okay. Here you go. I will now guilt-free just go download those movies because ultimately you've got my money. What does it matter beyond that? That people are able to create and be paid for their work. Oh, sorry, 1 second.
Oh, he switched.
Dinner time.
Yeah, I'm broadcasting. I will come down when I'm done. Okay. Bye. Thanks.
I like the head pats.
Yeah. He's a good kid.
Okay, should we...
Yeah, we should probably do sponsors, speaking of making money.
One quick question before we move on. Did you pirate games when you were younger?
Yes. All right, go ahead. You can hit me with that just a quick question again if you would like. If you'd like to start a whole long discussion.
So you had pirated things when you were younger. Was that mostly out of inability to purchase?
Okay, so there's a number of elements to me pirating games when I was younger. As a kid, I did not have money. And I'm talking like when I was a kid, not when I was like 16. I'm talking when I was a kid, like I was 13. I did not own money. Also, like at that time I was still running it. It was either a Pentium 90 or a Pentium 166. And you guys got to remember that's in like 1990. What year did I start high school? So that's in like 1999, like year 2000. That's real outdated hardware at that point. Like if I had money to buy games, I would have money to like own a game console or like a better computer. Like I really did not have any money. So yeah, didn't have a lot of money. The other factor was that my parents like didn't believe that video games were good for you. So I didn't really like get video games as gifts. There were a couple of exceptions. And like it's funny, like the kinds of things that stand out to you when you're an adult, right? Like my grandma bought me Warcraft 2, Tides of Darkness, and Beyond the Dark Portal. She actually got me the battle chest that had Warcraft 1 in it as well, but I didn't really play Warcraft 1. Warcraft 2 is an infinitely better game. But you know, there were very, very few games. There were like the ones that, you know, my mom thought was cool, like, you know, Myst. And like as a kid, that's not a particularly compelling game. No. So whatever I could get my hands on was what I went with. I also straight up pirated music, you know, and that one I think was as simple as I was a kid and just didn't care. We got a CD burner and Napster, and I was like, this is the best thing ever. You'd have to be an idiot to buy music. In fairness to me, the state of the industry at that point, where if there was one song, if you liked Barbie Girl by Aqua, you had to go buy a bunch of, actually, Aqua's a bad example because all of their music is fantastic, but you had to go buy an entire album of songs you don't care about for these one-hit wonders, and that was revolutionized. Thank you, Apple, by the iTunes Store. You know, that was a stupid situation. And as a kid, like, you know, $20 on an album when I really just did not have $20 was not realistic. And so I can see why I saw it the way I did.
I used to love this old, I think it was on Newgrounds video that just had like this animated pirate swinging his arms like this.
Yar, har, fiddle-dee-dee.
And then it just said LOL LimeWire in like these RGB
I know the
flashing.
one.
This is great. So did you ever go back and try to
No.
like support? No?
I don't think I did it even once. Like things that I played a long time ago. Yeah.
But you have actively supported since then.
I have definitely not been perfect at it. I will say that much. But I have made an earnest effort to contribute to the things that I care about. Like sometimes
it's like actually impossible.
I can tell you now, there's definitely movies on my Plex server that I do not own physical copies of, but I can also tell you that the vast majority of them I have never watched, and it's more about just convenience. It's like, yeah, I'll probably want to watch that at some point. And that's not something that I personally think is right. That's something that I just have allowed to slide mostly lately out of convenience, and I probably shouldn't do that. That's sort of my take on that.
All right, interesting. I have tried in a bunch of different ways to support in some way since then. There were certain games that I like bought merch for because like the game had been so discounted at this point that it's like $2.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's not going to matter.
Yeah,
like,
the retailer is going to be taking 50 cents of this, and then there's nothing left, basically.
Yeah. So I'll like, I think I'm basically done now, but I would have like bought a shirt or like something. I don't know. I would have done something to try to support it.
Here's another sort of, you know, fine line sort of question. How do you handle a show that you love that doesn't have like a you own it forever Blu-ray style release yet, you know, where you're expected to pay on a per episode basis or whatever the case may be, but you own all the previous seasons, but you do not have a cable TV subscription?
See, I think I'm kind of lucky in this situation because I don't really watch very many shows.
Okay, fair enough. All right.
I can't think of a major one there because I'm not super into shows. There is some stuff. Everything that I do like has some available way to support them directly.
Right. I guess the thing for me is, as a content creator, you know, I see the economics on our side. If someone watches every Linus Tech Tips video and keeps the ads turned on, their monetary contribution, to be clear, I am not down on any of our fans, even the ones that turn ad block on and never buy anything from lttstore.com. There is still a clear benefit to people watching Linus Tech Tips or Tech Quickie or whatever, Short Circuit. There's a clear benefit to people watching it because algorithmically that helps. You know, even something as small as leaving a thumbs up or a comment on a video is totally meaningful to me, and I'm grateful to everyone who participates in that way. But there is also the monetary aspect of supporting content creators, and I can tell you guys that based on the numbers that we have very real access to, compared to somebody who watched every video that Linus Tech Tips ever made with the ads turned on, someone else who keeps their ad blocker on and buys one water bottle has contributed more to our bottom line, to like paying the salaries of the people who make the content. So, you know, when I go out there and, you know, buy even, you know, one season of a show, I have already, I know for an absolute fact, contributed more to the bottom line of that show than someone who watched the entire thing ad supported. So, you know, knowing that gives me, I guess, some peace of mind in my approach, because I know how I feel about it. And so if the golden rule is to treat other people how you want to be treated, then, you know, I'm trying.
Yeah. So someone brought up Letterkenny. I really like Letterkenny. I don't know if it's age appropriate for everyone watching, so pay attention to that. But they said it's impossible to get in Australia.
Yeah. Yeah. Australia gets the shaft on a lot of stuff like that.
Yeah. I'm looking at it right now. You can buy the physical DVDs, but like they're almost certainly coming from Canada. And I doubt they have a nice shipping setup there. So the shipping for the one DVD is probably going to cost more than the DVD. So that's a really unfortunate kind of situation. I don't know.
People are pitching us all these edge cases. Grand Fat Man over on Floatplane says, okay, Linus and Luke, what about when you have a Netflix account, but they take the show that you were watching off the service before you got to the last season? Do you just go and pirate the last season? Honestly speaking, I would. Like, look, that's like not my fault. You know, mom and dad need to get their issues sorted out as far as I'm concerned.
I'd maybe look into, I mean, I don't even have a Netflix account because of basically this.
It's kind of unreliable.
Yeah.
I do, though.
I don't like the idea of streaming services because of that. Something like Disney Plus, I can actually get behind more.
No way. That fragmentation is terrible.
But okay, yeah, so that's fair. Yeah. I have no subscriptions right now. I don't even have Amazon Prime. I canceled that.
Really? You got rid of Prime?
I didn't order enough stuff online.
How do you not order enough stuff online for Amazon Prime? You freaking cheapskate. You literally buy nothing.
It kind of...
Wow. That's like kind of amazing.
And I usually, I mean, I don't want them to literally run the entire world, so I try to often buy things elsewhere. But yeah, I don't buy much stuff. So the yearly subscription, I did the yearly subscription versus the cost of just paying for shipping, and I was like, this doesn't make sense for me at all. And I don't watch the shows. I don't get any of the other benefits. I don't know if I told, I know I told you this. I don't know if I told the WAN show this. They sent me physical mail telling me to watch Amazon Prime.
Really?
They're like, do you know that you have this benefit? And I was like, how old do they think I am?
Yeah,
like,
you must just show up as like straight up boomer.
Probably. Yeah. So I killed that. Bet girlfriend has Prime? Nope. Don't think so. She might actually. I don't know. I don't use it though.
Yeah, I sincerely doubt it.
So yeah, I don't know. I have literally I have active subscriptions to 0 streaming services right now, and I'm not pirating things.
Fabricator says he gets it through your account, Linus. Lol. Okay, actually no. We very recently banned people from using the work Prime account, And the reason was that they kept billing personal purchases to the work credit card, and it creates a lot of work for the accounting department. But for the longest time,
that sounds annoying.
we actually did have like 25 people using that single Prime account.
It wasn't me. I wasn't in that, to be clear.
It's just like, I mean, I never explicitly said it was okay. So I was just going to plead ignorance if Amazon was like, yo, this is sort of against TOS, because I have no idea what their terms of service are. But no.
I did get the emails being like, who bought this?